Hello, people. Do you know that the Ashiwaju of Remo Christians Choir Festival 4.0 is holding on Sunday, 6th of July 2025 at Abraham Tabernacle GRA, Shagamu, Lagos? This festival, which is one of its kind, is actually the brainchild of Senator Gbenga Daniel. And like I said, this is the fourth edition. And you'll be wondering what makes this edition special, apart from the fact that it's the fourth. Now, in this festival, in this edition, they are going to be having 9 choirs as against the 6 choirs that they've been doing previously. They're going to be having 9 choirs from different choirs all over the country. And the cash prize this year is 30 million naira, which includes cash and gifts. The first runner up is going to be going home with 5 million naira, and I'm talking about the best choir with 5 million naira and other consolation prizes. The second choir is going to be going with 3.5 and other prizes, and the third place is going to be going with 2.5 and other consolation prizes. So I'm sure that this year it is going to be very competitive and it is going to be a lot of fun. Now, in a press conference that was held on Monday, the 30th of June 2025 at Crystal Laurel, Meriden, Lagos, Dr. Opeyemi Adeyinka Ashaolu, who is the festival director, he told us a lot of things to expect from this edition. Not only that 9 choirs will be competing against each other, he also said that there will be 25 observing choirs from different parts of the country. They are just coming to observe, and part of them may most likely contest next year, but they will be coming to observe.
Well, my name is Dr. Opeyemi Adeyinka Ashaolu. I'm the curator of this choir festival. And talking about the choir festival, it's a program that started about 20 years ago as part of the annual Thanksgiving being put together by Gbenga Daniel. About 4 years ago, when I was consulted, we had to pull the choir competition out of the Thanksgiving so that the Thanksgiving could actually have a reflection of Thanksgiving. And then the competition will now have the festivity and the competition. So we now target choir festival. For competition, when people hear competition, there is always, everybody wants to come and win. Everybody consider himself or herself a winner. So there is this, permit me to use this word, a kind of unhealthy rivalry that could come if it's not carefully managed. So we now said, okay, well, let's just have choir festival. But under that, choirs will still come together to compete for a prize. So we started that 4 years ago. And I can tell you that the program has grown in leaps and in bounds. When we started, we used to have about 6 choirs competing. But for this year, about 9 choirs will be competing. And the total amount prize, the winning prize for this year is about 30 million naira. About 30 million naira, The winning choir will go with 5 million naira with other consolation prizes. The second will go with 3.5 and the third will go with 2.5. Other winners, we want to make that everybody is a winner, so they get something. Aside that, we have this other area too of serving choirs. These choirs are not competing, they come around to observe those who are competing. And let me use this analogy. It's like the Champions League and the Premier League. It's not all the clubs that plays in the Premier League that would have the opportunity to play at the Champions League. So those who are competing are regarded as those in the Champions category, and then those observing, if they actually work towards competing, they would maybe come in another year via either invitation or audition, so that they can be part of the program. And we have 9 of them coming this year. We have a choir coming from Onisha in Anambra State. We have a choir coming from Akure in Ondo State. We have a choir coming from Ile-Ife in Osun State. We have choirs coming from Lagos, choirs from Ibadan, choirs from Ogun State. So we have 9 of them completed this year. And not that alone. The host choir, has the automatic way to actually, qualify every year, because if they are the hosts, what actually benefits them. And I can tell you, one of the things Gbenga has done in the last 8 months is raising a new generation of choristers, about between 8 and 14 thereabouts, boys and girls of school age, and he has been supporting them week in, week out, coming to rehearsals and all that. And I can tell you, these wonderful ones have been doing so well. They are going to be a shocker at this year's choir festival, I can tell.
Interestingly, this is the first time there's going to be a press conference for the event. So, like I said, it promises to be a blast. And now we're going to be showing you some clips from the press conference.
And other choirs, we have choirs who have so much experience, who have been performing outside of Nigeria, coming. And the defending champion, those who won last year, that's Emerald Choir from Akure. They will be defending their, the prize, And then the choir that came second last year was actually the Messiah Chorale. They'll be coming this year too. And one of the themes that we actually look out for is the motto of this choir festival, which is improving the art of good singing in our churches. Improving the art of good singing in our churches. And this we've done so well in the choice of hymns, because when choirs come like that, a particular hymn that, for example, the hymn that the choice hymn last year, I've been to so many churches in Ogun State and in some Western states, and I've seen that tune coming again and again. We started at the choir festival, and I can tell again that myself and Mr. N30 were somewhere last year at the choir festival, and we saw some of the repertoires that were performed at the choir festival being part of the selections the choir sang at the choir festival. And His Excellency said, some of the works that we did are the things they are doing here. So it means there is a kind of synergy, and people are taking something away from the choir festival. We don't perform just Nigerian works. We perform works from some African works, some Western works. For example, the title, the theme of this year's choir festival is With the Voice of Singing, by Martin Shaw, an English composer. And I can tell the choirs have done a lot of works in that regard. The hymn this year is an hymn tune from Ghana. And the chant this year is a chant by the legendary late Kayode Oni. Kayode Oni, when he was alive, was a fantastic organist who played in churches here in Nigeria, Cathedral Church of Christ, Marina. I think his last place was Wells Memorial Church Cathedral at Yaba. And for so many years, Kayode Oni was the late sage personal organist. It was Chiboba Feniawolowo's organist. And it was because of him that Chiboba Feniawolowo bought the pipe organ at our Saviour's Anglican Church in Benin. So he was a fantastic organist, in his lifetime, and he wrote a lot of work. So we're singing his chant, Uni, in C major this year. And then the African piece this year is by an ethnomusicologist who lectures at the Department of Music at Bayelsa State University, Dr. Udia Ibi. Jesus na big man. Is something that we can all, relate with, but that has been rearranged. And that's what we're going to be listening to at the festival. And then the judges. The judges have been meeting from time to time since we had the last choir festival. And some of the criteria for judging has changed, has been improved upon. So this year we have chorus sound and intonation balance, something that people can relate with. Rhythm and precision, diction and pronunciation, interpretation and expression, stage presence and poise, adherence to instructions, that's performance directions, and audience appreciation. For audience appreciation, it was a bit we contested that because as audience, I can be singing something and perhaps I've hired some people there and they are just applauding me. So we said, okay, well, we should reduce the mark there so that we don't have a case of asking maybe ask some people to come and cheer me up, and then that may not be the true reflection of what we intend to have. So, and then the judges, we have, as the chief judge, Professor Kyle Yeshiko, who is the alternate chair of the Board of Trustees. He's in Alabama presently, but hopefully he's going to be in town before the end of the week. Then we have Elder Abideji Sawyer, a senior advocate of Nigeria. He would have been here, but he's in court, is the choir master of CAC Nigeria and overseas. We have Professor Adejimo. We have Associate Professor Omolarandoko. We have Larry Delano, who is the MD of Japan in Nigeria. We have Dupe Igekachi. Dupe Igekachi used to be a faculty member or the head of faculty of Project Fame, and a fantastic soprano singer. He trains, he's a vocal coach. I think she's studying for a PhD in music as we speak at the University of Lagos. So Dupe has been able to provide a kind of direction in terms of judging process, and then Dupe will be serenading us with a beautiful voice at this year's choir festival. And then, the way the program is going to take place, the program comes up on Sunday, 6th of July, 2025, at 11 a.m. But to start from 10:30 a.m. because we're going to have choir procession and then some pre-festival performance. There will be a solo performance, a baritone solo performance by a baritone singer, that will come up at about 9:45, 10:45 thereabout. And then the venue for this program is the Ibra Tabernacle Church and Gbenga Center, located at Obayeni Wale Road, GRA Shagam. The place of worship was built to honor God by His Excellency Otuba Senator David Daniel and to immortalize his late father, who was a priest, the late Archbishop Abraham Akebola Daniels. So he built that edifice to honor God, to appreciate God for all the things He has done for him, and to immortalize his late father. Thank you very much.
Sorry, can we just take questions from the floor? One. Who else is asking a question? Okay, let's take yours. Good morning, everybody. My name is Shilman Wapale. I write for Apple's Right Magazine. My questions, I'll be asking two questions basically. I understand Ashwaju of Framework Power Festival is the store of sports. Yeah, so I understand the festival has been on. This should be like the fourth or the third sequence in the series. I want to know what is different about this year. What are the new dynamics that are coming into the one this year different from previous edition? Then, secondly, I understand the idea of the festival was born to utilize the senators' father. I also want to know, is this, does the festival have some kind of political stance? Thank you. Sorry, please. On the second question, will you have an interview with His Excellency on the sideline of this interview while Mrs. Umoni will speak to what are the new things, what are the new dynamics in this? Thank you.
Thank you very much for that question. First of all, I want to thank His Excellency for the opportunity to be part of this prestigious event. The first time I visited was when in Gbenga, such a beautiful place. And then I saw the videos on YouTube. I saw the high network individuals, the target audience. And I said to him, sir, that it cannot be an event as usual. We will only complement what the Board of Trustees, Dr. Shalu, has been doing. And that's why we came up with the sponsorship brand value for intending sponsors and partners. What we have done differently this year is to ensure that we carry our partners along throughout the 360 phase of the event from pre, during, and post. And by so doing, this is the first time I have a press conference for the Choir Festival. And you can see the visibility of our sponsors here. I'm going to mention some names that are here already. We have Christopher Limited, we have Adrian Homes, we have Great Band, we have Grand Veritas, and so many that are not there at the moment. We've also done something differently this year, which is curating a pre-cocktail event for our sponsors, just to appreciate them. That's going to take place on the 5th of July, a day before the event, at the Entertainment Center of the hotel. We want a situation where our sponsors can interact with themselves, get to know each other, who knows, make some cool meals after interactions, right? So we've done that differently. One of the things that we've done differently this year is to pursue longevity. And by that I mean, we do not want the sponsor to just come around for just this year. We want to ensure that they are part of the story next year, in 2 years' time, and in 3 years' time. We'll plan together, ensure that we carry them along from the beginning to the end. And that's why this year is different. Just to put what Dr. Shadow also said, that this year is different again because we have 9 competent choirs. We also have about 25 observing choirs, and these 25 observing choirs consist each of 21 choristers. So that's about 525 observing choirs. I thought you were going to give a round of applause for that. All right, so that's one of the things that we've done differently. We look forward to more partnerships in the nearest future. Thank you very much.
In addition to that, we were at Tabernacle yesterday, and His Excellency himself was arranging those chairs. We do that annually. At times we would be at the venue till about 10:30, 11 p.m. Arranging chairs and ensuring that everything is in place. He's a very finicky person who would, if this thing is ruffled, he would, for those of us who work with him, he would be straight. If he's seated there and this thing is not straight, you just see him adjusting those things. He's so finicky. If the chairs are not well, let's say the chair is like this, it's October wood. Very finicky. So he oversees those things himself. We were there from about 12 noon yesterday till about 7 p.m. arranging chairs. Because for the competing choirs, we have about 315, sorry, 315. So we're not like the altar area will be able to contain them. I don't know how he came up with the idea. He just told me on Friday that, well, I'm going to be at Tabernacle. I want everybody to come around. Let's see how. And then we started calculating, okay, for each of the choirs, 33, this and this, okay, this choir. And then he drew, like, as an engineer now, he drew the thing. This, we are facing the altar like this. Oh, this choir is going to be like this. When we calculate this, 33 in 3 places, we have 99. Like that. So he was able to plot that. So when you look at that, the camera work, when you look at it, when you just imagine it, when you visualize it, you can imagine, well, oh, it's going to be like this tabernacle choir that we do see online. I think they're in the US. Something, if you have a very good cinematic camera work, it's going to be beautiful. These are some of the things he has actually, brought to fore. And I can remember about 2 years ago, 2023, when we got this ushering company, and we're still arranging chairs till about 10, and the head of the ushering guy was leaving, and he said, why would you be leaving me? That is anti-protocol. That was the first time I'm listening to. You can't leave me here. You still see me arranging chairs here, and then you are leaving. So when you look at things that are different, bringing in about 30 million naira as prizes, not consolation prizes now. There are other things, those who say, and aside this, he has provided logistics for all the choirs who are coming. So it's not that probably you are coming and then you either I win or maybe it's going to be a trial and error. No, we provided logistics for all the choirs who are coming from the east, from this western part, and for the observing choirs. Each and every one of them are going on with $500,000. So these are some of the things, and then we've not had this big before. This is the first time we're having 9. This is the first time we've had improvement in the times in terms of our corporate sponsorship and partnership. We have it, and this is our first time of having press conference for this program. Thank you very much.
Now, the chief host, Senator Gbenga Daniel, was also in attendance at the press conference, and he gave us some insights into the origin of this festival. He said that this event, which started as a family annual Thanksgiving program, many years ago, some 17 years ago, at the International Ecumenical Worship Center, which is the Abraham Tabernacle, Shagamu, Ogun State, a worship place that he built to honor God and to honor his father. And now it has become a yearly thing, an annual festival. Senator Gbenga Daniel, in his speech, mentioned that the aim of this festival was a way to promote singing in churches, in communities, and in Nigeria as a whole. And it was also a way for the youth, to partake in something instead of the vices. And it was a way to bring sanity into the already corrupt country as a means to teach discipline and right conduct among the youths. And here is a clip of all Senator Gbenga Daniel had to say about the upcoming festival.
And all our local stars who have become international. So something is changing in the world. And we also feel that when you look at all the people who have become superstars, many, not all of them, many of them start from being gospel musicians or going into the choir. So that is part of what is driving all of this. But in doing so, we are coming from a slightly puritanical angle because when you see musicians, think that they can't even go on stage without getting high and all of that and all of that. But when we are coming from this angle, we are bringing people up, making them feel that yes, they can make progress in life by doing things the right way. And not only that, we think that singing gospel music tends to calm the society, tends to calm the environment. Not only that, it also helps to redirect the up and coming ones. I want to crack a joke which you will not believe. During the COVID years, in the hotel that I also manage, a number of our workers stopped working because of COVID. In fact, we asked some of them who don't want to come, they should, stay at home until it's over. So when COVID went down, I said, okay, you can resume. Many of them were not ready to resume. And what are they doing? They are now looking for laptop, and they want to do is it Yahoo? Yahoo is the one on laptop. The Yahoo is the one that is very, very bad. Okay, so all of them are now looking at this, and there is even a joke that one parent called me and said, "Look, please help me go and how to teach this boy how to use laptop." Parents, so a lot of things are going wrong in our society, and we have a responsibility to see what we can do. And we think that by doing things like this, we can begin to redirect, the psyche of our people. And we are hoping that in the process, we can create a much better society. So that's the angle that one is coming in. I think that is the history of what I want to relate to. Thank you very much.
One or two questions.
Okay.
We have one or two questions for His Excellency. If not, so we can just call it. So, Chairman, M.I.T.V. Just those two.
Your Excellency, sir, I'm happy to see you again, sir. My name is Abiola. I happen to be one of the boys when we started the campaign in 2002. We went through all the wars. My colleagues of Kenya were together. Your Excellency, we all know that late MK Abiola changed the face of print media. In all fairness, you are a professionalist, which I can confirm to that, sir. Are you trying to change the face of pride in our church? You are trying to bring back the values. Please tell us more from that, sir.
So that's the influence of Nigeria now.
Yeah, sir. My question is, coming here from your heart to this place, once is everything about you is all about love for God, the name of your house, which you decide to say, is going to come there for press conference. However, with the insecurity you're seeing, because we can't just leave this place without showing this kind of question. With the level of insecurity in Nigeria, what do you think the church can do to help? Because it seems as if the government is failing and the people are not doing much to help. So what do you think the Christian body, since you're so interested in what is your message, your advice to help the country fight insecurity? Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. First to my own colleague, I think that you more or less answered the question. But I'm certain that part of what we want to do is do this kind of initiative to improve life and living. Thank you very much for being consistent over the years. And to our lady, security, as you are aware, is something that is endemic, that has eaten into the fabric of our society. But I think the mistake we are making is believing that the only way to tackle security is by using force and expecting government to secure the environment. Most of the challenges or stress that we have can be resolved by the people. And this is where it comes from. And permit me to also go back to, I was born in Ibadan. N30 is to 6 for it. Okay, the Liberty Stone Road in Ibadan. And everybody knows everybody while we are growing up. You knew your neighbor, you knew what he was doing. And so, if all of a sudden you notice sudden wealth from your neighbor, you ask questions, you whisper. And as a matter of fact, the way we are brought up is that you must run away from such people if you don't know the source of their wealth. So everybody's business is everybody's business. We need the prognose, And the value system with which we are brought up does not mean that we run after money, But these days, he has made it. How he made it, nobody is interested. So we have to be our brother's keeper. And if you look at some other clients, like in UK, for instance, you'll find out that your neighbors know what you are doing. They may pretend not to know. But if there is something strange, for instance, if you have a neighbor, in somewhere in UK, even in remote locations, and all of a sudden they notice some strange people going there. Before you know what is happening, they've called the Metropolitan Police. And they said, look, they are suspecting something is going on there that cannot explain. And that is how the environment is secure. So the security is in the hands of all of us. That's actually the point I'm trying to make. Government will continue to do what we need to do. We must stand the current president, despite that the problems are not solved yet. We are hearing that state police is now being, considered as part of constitutional development. The local government police, community policing, and so on and so forth. It's all going back to the fact that there isn't a lot, we can do. We can only help ourselves in terms of security. So that's what I think the way we need to go. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Don't forget that I said that the cash prize for this event, this edition, is 30 million naira. It is the first of its kind. And I must say that all the choirs, all different choirs from different parts of the world that are coming are not just coming with, they are not just coming on their own. Logistics has been paid for every single person. So you can imagine the generosity of Senator Gbenga Daniel. This promises to be the best of its kind yet. And I'm sure that you don't want to miss it, because I don't want to miss it. And may the best choir win. Now let's show you clips of previous editions.
The annual Ashiwaju of Remo Christians Choir Festival kicks off with a series of pre-festival performances, beginning with the Nigerian Navy Band, the Intuition Brass Orchestra, and Igbobi College Choir. The event is a gathering for choral performances by various church choirs and choral groups across the country, and it takes place at Abraham's Tabernacle. This edition is tagged the 3.0.
Let me live my life. Let it be pleasing, Lord, to thee. And do I give any praise? Let it go to
So what we are doing is very simple. As I usually say, our value system as a people has virtually diminished. We just have to look up to the church to continue to do what they know how best to do. To continue to preach to our people, not to believe that everything is about 419, about yahoo, about drugs. Let's continue to drag people to the church to come and listen to what our pastors want to tell us. And in the process, we are now using music, gospel music, to also attract people to come and listen to what our pastors have to tell us. That's what we are doing.
Vocal quality 25%, or let me just say marks, 25 marks. Diction 25 marks. Performance directions 30 marks. Audience appreciation 10. Costumes 10. The total 100%. So without taking any much more time, let me assure you and the audience that as we say in law, we shall not only ensure that justice is done, we shall ensure that it is manifestly seen to be done.
New Wine Ensemble. Please a big round of applause for them. Next is the Chamber Choral. And we've got the Great Remo Choral. Next is Abraham's Tabernacle Choir. And all the way from Akure, we've got the Emeralds Choir. Last but not the least, we've got the Messiah Choral, Ile-Ife, all the way from Ile-Ife.
Chairman of the festival, Dr. Sonny Folorunsho Kuku, the Ogbeni Oja of Ijebuland, announces the parameters for the competition.
We all know that music is the food of love. And we also know that love is the greatest emotion that God gave to all of us. So if I might quote from Shakespeare, Twelfth Night is also called As You May Wish these days. It says, if music is the food of love, play on. And the choir and the choristers, give us excess of it.
As each choral group take turns to perform, the performances of each group is being scrutinized and graded by 5 judges. Amongst the judge is gospel artist Dupe Ige Kachi, who also renders a heartwarming performance with the choir singing in the background. First in line to perform is the Great Remo Choral, who were the first winners of the rebranded edition of the festival, and they are led by the Kabiesi Olulamodu of Yakoyo. The choristers get a chance to perform any hymn of choice. The competition comes to a close and judges have come to a decision for each category. The best vocal performances are the first to be awarded. The moment everyone had been waiting for arrives. The top 5 winning choral group of the 3.0 edition.
Let it be pleasing, Lord, to thee, and do I give.
Emerald Choir, led by Dr. Gbenga Obagbemi and accompanied by Dr. Deji Adeshuyi, emerges as the winner of the festival. They come first place among the top 5 and take home the winning prize of 3 million naira and an extra 1 million naira, making a total of 4 million.
Let's do it for
last year, we got the 6th position. We are not discouraged. We encourage ourselves, and I thank God for God for encouraging me. And we came here, well, by the grace of God, we came first.
The festival ends with a choral rendition of the Hallelujah Chorus by Judge Frederick Choir.
to like, share, and subscribe so that you get notifications for our future videos. And we'll see you next time.